Hello everyone, so welcome to my channel. So today I would like to explain the data warehouse concept with the help of a story. Once there was a farmer. So the farmer duty is obviously cultivation. So he used to do cultivation for his family purpose to earn money. Okay. So this is the regular process, a regular habit of a farmer. So who will do the cultivation and produce rice grains. And obviously he will sell these rice grains in the market to get the money. So this is the lifestyle of the farmer. Now, so we have taken one particular year. So assume that starting year, in the first year of cultivation, so farmer has produced these three number of rice bags. Okay, these number of rice bags of rice grains he produced. Now, after producing these rice grains, where he has to store this? That is the question. So obviously what he will do, so he will bring these rice packets, rice bags to his home. Okay, in his home he will store these three rice packets or a very few number of rice packets. Okay, that's enough. Why? Because the house is also very convenient for small number of packets. Very good. So this is the regular process. First year the farmer has completed the cultivation production, the rice grain production like this. In the second year also he did the same thing. In the second year also he did the same thing. He produced few rice packets, rice bags of rice grains. Okay, so the same process he did. In the latter, after the second year, he thought, so he need to improve. Obviously, there should be some improvement, okay, in our regular process. So how we can able to increase the production? So by adding some methodologies like modern methods or technique. He did something. If he followed the modern methods, in the third year he produced these number of rice bags. So initially 3, second year 3, and third year assume that these number of rice packets he can able to produce in the same land. Now, so what is the problem here? Now obviously in a regular process he need to store these rice bags in his house. But so what is the problem? His house is convenient only for few number of bags. But so due to the modern methods as well as by following modern techniques, he produced these number of rice packets. Now there is a big question. So where it has to be stored? So that is the big problem of the farmer. Now, what he has to do now? Okay, so generally what the farmers will do, if there is no any space available at their home or in the paddy field, what they have to do? So they have to rent a godown. Okay, so godown offers all these services for storage and as well as retrieving process. For storage of rice bags, so the farmer will go to the godown. The godown people will offer the services with respect to some few charges according to their convenience. According to this agreement, the farmer will store his rice bags in this godown. So obviously, what is the next step? The farmer goes to the godown and he will bring back those bags whenever he required. Up to those particular time interval, up to this particular time interval, the responsibility of the godown is they have to store these rice bags in a safer manner. Now, so this is one farmer's life story. So coming to the complete all the number of farmers who are staying in the village, they are having the same problem. Now what they have to do? So they have to approach the warehouse. The warehouse is nothing but a godown. So they will store all their rice packets, rice bags in the godowns. Whenever they require, they will bring back those rice packets to the market. So this is the actual godown of rice bags. So they will keep all the rice bags in a stack like this. Okay. Now, so who will maintain these particular rice bags? So there is one manager, the godown manager, who will take care of all these rice bags, and so he is the responsible one who will maintain these rice packets. Okay. Whenever this farmer want the rice bags or he need to address his rice bags, so he will contact the manager. The manager is having all the rights of godown, and the manager will give the complete details of the rice bags which belongs to the farmer. So this is the process. Whenever the farmer want to store the rice bags or retrieve the pick up the rice bags from the godown, he has to first contact the manager. From the godown, the farmer will bring rice bags to the market. There sell this there the farmer will sell all these rice bags, and then he will make the money. So finally the farmer is happy. So this is the story of the farmer. Now, how we can able to apply the same story the data warehouse? So story is similar, but we have to change the characters. Okay, see this. So as farmers producing rice grains through the cultivation, the same way here in the data warehouse there are lot number of resources available here. So all these resources do what? They will produce the data. Coming to the examples, so these are the few examples I have mentioned, like World Wide Web or online shopping websites or web cameras, YouTube, news, stock market, sensor. All these things are the examples of the resources where the data is going to be produced. Of course, there may be lot number of resources are available other than this, but these are the few and as well as familiar. That is the reason I have mentioned this. Now, these are the resources who are similar like farmer. They have the data. They have the continuous production of data. And the problem here is, so initially they used to produce the data in a limited manner. But whenever the number of users are increased as well as the resources are increased, the data size is tremendously going. So that is the problem here. So how they can maintain that particular data and as well as how to utilize that particular data for company's growth. That is the $1 billion question for the company. These particular resources. See, I mentioned the same characters. So all these resources are similar like farmers. Like farmer does the cultivation, the remaining the resources or repositories will do the businesses, their own businesses, their own purposes too, and as well as they will generate the data like this, like a farmer. Here, so we are comparing the data warehouse with the godown. As the godown stores the rice grains, similarly, the warehouse is the repository where the data is going to be stored from those multiple resources. Next, the character of manager. So the character of manager is similar here, the data analyst. So the data analyst does what? The analyst analyze the data what you have stored in the data warehouse. And metadata. Coming to here, in the manager hand, you can find one scribbling pad and as well as some piece of paper. What is that? So coming to the example of the rice grains, he is maintaining all the indexes of the rice bags. Similarly, in the data analyst, he has to maintain the metadata. Similar like the manager maintains the scribbling pad, so that is having all the details of the rice grain bags, where the bags indexes are available and where the bags are available, all these things. Similarly, so here we are calling that as a metadata. Metadata is nothing but data about the data. That means where the data is stored and what is the type of the data and what is the index of the data. All these things are going to be stored in the metadata. It's like a scribbling pad and a paper where a particular manager or analyst will get where the data is available in which format. So here, as the resources are producing the data, as well as it will place this particular data in the data warehouse. Whenever the analysis is required, they will contact to the analyst. The analyst does the analysis the data which is there on the data warehouse, but that is not in the company. First of all, before going to analyze the data, the analyst has to bring the data to the data warehouse, keep the data stored in a particular location, then he can able to do the analysis. So what happened after the analysis? So this particular picture talks about what actually data analysis is. As we compare with the previous example, the data is going to be stored in the data warehouse, similar as a godown. In the rice grains example, how we are going to store the rice grains in the godown, the similar way we are going to store the data in the data warehouse. It's a physical repository. And the person who will maintain and as well as make communication with the repositories, he is the analyst. Okay, now what are the things or what are the outcomes of the analysis? So this is one example. See, all these things are like bar chart, pie chart, so the multiple representations are there. This is the actual meaning of analysis. So here we are not talking about the complete and numerical structured data. So here we are trying to analyze the data with the help of the diagrams like charts, bar charts, pie charts, and etc. Now the role of the data analyst, he is the responsible one to produce the data like this. So this particular data analysis is going to be represented to the companies, so who are going to analyze their data. For what purpose? The question mark comes here. For what purpose they are going to analyze? The companies are going to analyze their data. So they are going to analyze this particular data for taking the business decision they are going to take. What actually the business decision? So we'll concentrate these particular topics in the coming lectures. But what actually the business decision, the basic idea behind this business decision is, so by taking this decisions, they can change their attitude towards the business practices, or they can incorporate new type of techniques in the business strategies. Like that, they are going to change their motto to increase the profits. So ultimately, the main purpose of behind this analysis, data analysis or warehousing, ultimately the ultimate goal is make more money. So here that is the target here. So finally the company people, the stakeholders who are going to analyze the data, by taking these business decisions in their companies, so they are going to get more beneficial. So that is the ultimate goal. Now these particular guys are happy, so because so they have analyzed their own data. With the help of the analysis, they made the business decisions. Obviously with the help of the business decision, there will be some improvement in their business or profits or whatever it may be. They can sometimes they can reduce the risk factor also. That is also one of the very important metrics in the business field. So like this, they can able to achieve good targets. They can reach to the good target. So finally they are happy. So this is the end of the story, the data warehouse. So this is the role of the data warehouse. Before going to analyze the data, the companies or the repositories are has to store the data in the data warehouse. Okay, so this is a complete a small little story behind this data warehouse and analysis. So I hope you got it. If you like this story, just please subscribe to my channel, and we'll meet in this channel with a new topic in coming lectures. Thank you so much.